So my name is Shivy Williams. I am your health, wellness, and fitness accountability coach, and I help you reach your goals by holding you accountable for reaching them. And one way I do that is with these awesome motivational messages. So I just wanted to kind of quickly hopefully quickly, and talk to you about something. I was thinking about this the other day, and then I heard someone say this, I think on TV, and they said, I'm really working on my quarantine 15, right? These pounds I've gained while in quarantine. And it really got me thinking, because I had lost muscle mass during quarantine 15, so my clothes were a little bit tight. But it made me think, because we are going to start going into winter. I was watching the news this morning and noticed it started snowing someplace in the U.S. And I thought to myself, we're going to start going into winter. And a lot of times during the winter months, because there are a lot more holidays, we tend to gain some weight, including me, right? Because you have soon coming up, first of all, we have Labor Day this weekend, right? And so this kind of starts to kick off those fall and winter holiday months. So this weekend, a lot of you are probably going to be barbecuing. You're going to be eating stuff you maybe not supposed to eat. And then after this, we have Halloween, right? And then we have candy issues. I don't know how Halloween's going to go this year with it being COVID-19. So, but I don't think that's going to stop anybody from buying candy and people trick-or-treating. Then we have Thanksgiving, right? And we know these next two holidays are the ones that will take a lot of us out. We got Thanksgiving, which I will always do a video, and then we have Christmas, and I will do a video for that as well. So we have all these holidays coming up. And I always think every year, I always do a video about the holidays, but this year really had me thinking, if you guys have said, hey, I've gained some weight, and I really, I really need to work this weight off. I need you guys to really have a plan, seriously. Like, some states are starting to open up. I talked to somebody today. They said Georgia was wide open, right? There's no restrictions, wide open. Everybody's back doing whatever they were doing previously. You do have to wear a mask, right? But some of us, like here, we're at stage 2.5. Gyms just opened back up. I'm still not going back in the gym. I refuse to work out with a mask on in the gym. So I can forget that. That's a wrap. So the question is, now that we're going into the winter months, and if you usually gain weight during the winter months, what are you going to do now this winter? Because this summer, as it's ending, you have not moved as much as you normally probably would have moved in the summer, with traveling, going on vacation, just taking leisurely walks, just being more active. We've sat so much more. So what's the plan for the winter so that you do not gain as much weight as you've probably gained over the summer? So you guys need to come up with a plan. I don't have the answers for you. I can tell you, and I can give you some suggestions. Like, I can say, for example, if you're not walking outside, and in the winter, we know a lot of us don't walk outside. We don't do that in the winter time. And if you're not going to the gym, and let's say during this quarantine since January or March, I've been quarantined since March, since spring break. If you don't have equipment at home, if you didn't buy a treadmill, a bike, elliptical, some form of cardio equipment, if you didn't buy one of those, what are you going to do this winter? Because some of you may have walked outside. Now, there may be some of you who are going to walk in the winter time because you're like, you know what? It is not worth me being unhealthy, so I will walk in the winter. People just do that on a regular, and it's not quarantine. They take it that serious. But if you're not doing that, what are you going to do? Here's a suggestion. Head over to YouTube. It is the freest place you can go. There's other free things, but YouTube is free. So go there and find a walking video. Walk inside. You can get your kids involved. Oh, I'm happy I said that. I was interviewed yesterday, and this is a side note, and I thought about this. For those of you who are quarantined, your children are not going back to school, right? You have to homeschool. They're at home. Let me ask you a question. Have you included PE in their daily or other day or once a week school routine? Because growing up like me, born in 73, I was going to PE, but it made me think yesterday during this interview, I wonder if parents, especially those who have complained, because parents have complained about the lack of PE in school, I wonder if you guys have included PE for your kids. Anyway, side note, just something to think about. But anyway, so you got to make sure you guys are moving this winter if you do not want to pick up those extra pounds. So on top of having quarantine 15, right, are you trying to have quarantine winter 15, 20, 30, 40 pounds? If not, have a plan. Again, I can't say this enough. Prior to quarantine, you know, the excuse was I can't work out because I don't have time. But now you're home and somehow you probably say to yourself, I still don't have time. But what happened to that travel time that you used to take going to work for those of us who were working outside the home? You can still get up at the same time. That travel time is now your workout time. And you have it twice a day. So you pick one of those. You could pick your travel time in the morning if you want to stay in bed late. Or you can pick your travel time in the afternoon or in the evening when normally you would be traveling home, right? So you got 2 traveling times. And you can just do that. Like it used to take me 40 minutes to get to work and to get back home. And sometimes I may make stops on the way to work, and sometimes I make stops on the way home, right? So, well, y'all already know I have no excuse not to work out. But for those of you who said I don't have time, guess what? Time was given back to you. The question is, what did you do with it? So find that time to work out. Include your kids. Maybe you might be able to convince your spouse sometimes to work out with you. You know, you guys have got to do that. Now, let's just say you're like, forget that. I'm not working out. You know, whatever the reason is, that's fine. At a minimum, the least you can do is watch what you're going to eat, right? I am going to talk about what to do for Thanksgiving and Christmas later. But at a minimum, you guys have got to change the way you eat. Otherwise, you're just going to keep on gaining weight. It's just that simple. You're just going to keep on gaining weight, right? You're going to look down and you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't get in these pants. The other thing you might want to try to do is wear other clothes besides just like workout clothes or lounging clothes or clothes you just wear around the house, because those tend to give, right? They tend to give. And there's some room in them. And if you try to put on your regular clothes, you will probably notice, I can't get in these. That might be a sign, right? So if you're walking around in yoga pants all day, some stretchy material, guess what? You're not going to really notice. You might notice, oh, I can tell I gained a few pounds. You might step on the scale and say, oh man, I gained some weight. But if you put on some clothes, you're really going to be like, you can't fit them anymore, or they way too tight, you're really going to be like, oh my God, I gained a lot of weight. I can't even put these clothes on. Especially if you thought you needed to lose weight prior, right? So you guys, at a minimum, if you are not going to be physically active, at least make sure you guys are eating your fresh fruits and your vegetables. If you feel like fresh fruits and vegetables are way too expensive because groceries are going up, the price is going up, you feel like those are too expensive, please get frozen. These are your options in the order you should buy them. Fresh, frozen, canned. Canned of anything has a lot of sodium, a lot of sugar, but it's better than nothing, right? So fresh fruits and veggies. If you can't buy that, frozen fruit and veggies or canned fruit and veggies in that order. Try to get fresh as much as possible. Some of you guys have co-ops, right? Some of you guys live in an area where there's a co-op. Go to a co-op and get the food, right? So you could do that as well. Other things, make sure you're eating your protein. Protein can be whatever you want it to be. Vegans, vegetarians, meat eaters, everybody needs to eat some protein. You can get that from vegetables. If you're a vegan, you can get it from tofu. You can get it from, I just thought of something else. I can't remember. But you can look it up. Google is free, right? Use your internet on your phone or computer to look things up to help you. And so we talked about our fruits and vegetables, and then eat your carbs. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, carbs. You have to have carbs. It gives you energy. It will help you with your weight loss also. You just have to figure out what carbs you should be eating. Like brown rice, switch that for, instead of having white rice, brown rice. They have bread you can't eat, but if you know you have a bread issue, here's what I do. I buy thin bread, like it's 40 calories, very, very thin. Like you leave it in the oven too long, it's burnt. Like 2 minutes, it's burnt. Sometimes I want bread. I freeze my bread, right? I don't leave it out, it stays frozen. And then I go in the freezer. When I really want some, I take 2 slices of this thin bread and I just kind of basically break it off and then put it back in the freezer and eat my bread. So, you know, you got to do what works best for you. But everyone knows, we all know what we have to do. We just don't want to do it all the time. And then we're asking people, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? But guess what? Everybody will tell you the same thing. They exercised and they changed the way they ate. And they can give you a breakdown of what they ate and changed what eating habits they changed. But guess what? That might not work for you. If you're a diabetic, what they did may not work for you because they were not diabetic. If you have high blood pressure, right? If you have high blood pressure and they didn't have high blood pressure, but they use salt in their food, right? If you have high blood pressure, one of the things you should be cutting back on is your sodium intake, which means you need to watch everything you eat. How much sodium is in this? How much sodium is in a can of fruit and vegetables? How much sodium is in frozen food? How much sodium is in anything that's processed? Processed food has a lot of sodium, you guys. So if you have high blood pressure, you're not going to do what that person did. But if they're telling you they cooked every day, they're eating fresh fruits and vegetables, that is something you can do. I don't salt my food. I don't add salt to my own food. I will add it to my husband because that's what he likes. He needs that in his food. I do not. So know that if you're not going to be exercising during this quarantine 15, at least, I said quarantine 15, during quarantine, or if you've opened back, even if your state opened back up and you're like, I'm not going to be exercising with a mask on, at least at a minimum, please change the way you eat. That alone is going to help you to lose weight, right? So those are just kind of some of my tips about going into the winter months and what you could do, but please come up with a plan. What's your plan for the winter months? So for example, you guys already know every day, well, Monday through Friday, really Monday through Saturday, I will come on Facebook and I do live workouts for y'all. If you're not on Facebook, you can find my live workouts, or you can find my workouts on YouTube. Monday through Friday, I will do a workout for less than 30 minutes. You can do them live with me. You can do the replay. I've heard people say, oh my gosh, I can't do the workout with you because it's too early in the morning. That's an excuse. I'm just going to let you know that's an excuse, because my workouts, you don't have to do them live with me. You can do them whenever you get up. They are on my Facebook page. All you have to do is hit play. You can go to LBX Fitness on YouTube. They're all there. All you have to do is just hit play. You don't have to do them live with me at 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. You can just hit the play on my Facebook page or on my Facebook group page or my business page or on my YouTube channel, right? No excuse. You do them when you want to. And I don't want to hear the excuse of, it's too hard, I can't do it. I do the workouts with a chair on purpose to get rid of that excuse. So I also tell you, you don't have to do what I'm doing to get it done. If I'm doing 20 of something and you only can do 5, then you just do 5. And then you wait for me to finish and then we do the next exercise together, right? You only can give your 100%. And your goal is not, during the workout, your goal should not be to do my 100%, right? Because my endurance level may be different, my strength may be different. Your goal should be you should be able to do and give your 100%. If that means you have to take 20 breaks to get it done, guess what? You will get it done in 20 breaks. You'll build up endurance, and then maybe you'll be able to only take 5 breaks. That's when I first got started back on my journey. That's what I did. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I looked up, I can do this workout without stopping finally. So just know that I have workouts for everyone. So Monday through Friday, I have that. And then sometimes at lunch, I will do a 30-minute yoga session. Sometimes it's 45 minutes. On Saturdays, I always do yoga where you guys, it can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 60 minutes. And I will do a chair yoga session, or I will include the chair in the session so that those of you who need that modification will have it. And then I also do the full one. So if you know how to do yoga and you've practiced yoga, the poses I do, you should know how to do them without the chair. Okay? So there's no excuse not to move a little bit more in the house. I'm here for you. You guys see me. I'm in my own home doing it as well. And sometimes you guys get to see Diamond show up on camera. So let's get a little bit more active as we go into these winter months. Hopefully by next summer, we can be back to normal. No more COVID-19. I miss hiking so much. I just refuse to go hiking with a mask on. It's already a little hard to breathe with the mask on. I just refuse to go hiking with the mask on. All right, you guys. So I hope this helped you come up with a plan for the winter months. Otherwise, you're going to come out in January, which is another holiday. In January, when it starts getting nice for the spring after January, you're going to have a lot more weight to lose than your normal weight that you usually would gain probably during the cooler months and winter time. So, you guys, make sure you share this video. Head over to YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, LBX Fitness, and always remember, every month, on the first day of the month, we always start a 30-day challenge. September's 30-day challenge was a hit and or slalom challenge. We also have optional things you can do, like 64 ounces of water or more. The challenge is now closed, so if you missed it, you can join us in October. 64 ounces of water or more. You also can do 10,000 steps a day, as well as Meatless Monday and intermittent fasting. So you guys, I hope you guys have a safe weekend. It is Labor Day weekend. Be safe, be wise, wear your mask. I don't want to see scroll on someone's page and they say, after Labor Day, I have coronavirus, because they were not protecting themselves, right? It is still here. It is, for some people, it is deadly still, right? It is still deadly. So don't think that you cannot get it. And I think that's usually what happens, is that we think we cannot, and then you look up and you did, right? And so protect yourself, even around your family members, because you don't know if they have it or not. But have a good time, right? Enjoy yourselves. Y'all be safe. I'll see you guys in the next motivational video. Bye, everyone.
Keep pushing on. Things are gonna get better.